This video is brought to you by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each and every week to keep it tasteful, but discretion is advised.
Now, enjoy the show.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This week on the show.
We've got our waders on and we're about to make the trip out into the marsh for the start of September teal season right here in Somerset County, Maryland. Plus, Monarch Butterflies are about to make their annual migration from Delmarva to Mexico. We'll take a look at their amazing and rather unusual life cycle. And Jeeps from far and wide flock to the beach and provide a sight you won't see anywhere else.
Right now on Outdoors Delmarva.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here's Andrew Tawes.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Andrew Tawes. We'll be checking in with my partner, Captain Willie Dykes, in a few minutes. Well, teal hunting is underway in Delaware and Maryland, and that's what we're doing here in Somerset County, Maryland, where it's the opening day of the September teal season. And we got our waders on, about to head out there in the marsh, try to scare up a few of these fast-flying ducks. The setup for a teal hunt begins well before sunrise. Keely, the 2-year-old lab, gets the lay of the land as we make our way to the location scouted out by Matt Penrose a week before. There's a bit of wading involved, and fortunately the marsh isn't too muddy. A somewhat dry piece of land is picked out, and using their headlamps, Matt and Jeremy get to work constructing the blind. A few decoys are set up, and all that's left to do is wait for 1/2 hour before sunrise and hope some teal come with it.
Things look good for this spot. Not a whole lot of teal, but there are a few here, a couple blue wings and a few green wings. So hopefully we will have some luck. And we got about 10 minutes till legal shoot. We'll see what happens.
It's now time, but when it comes to these fast-flying birds, being able to see is key.
Once they get low, they're going to be hard to see. You're going to have to shoot them a little high.
But Matt sees one.
Great. Good shot.
Jeremy knocks it down, and Keely is off. The first teal of the day is a green wing.
Good girl, Keely.
They see one coming close, and Matt tries to call it in. Jeremy's only able to get one shot off, but these teal don't get far. There's another group of hunters just up the marsh. So all we can do is keep watch for another group to come in. And did I mention how fast these ducks are? There is no chance to take a shot at this group.
Sometimes as they swing through there, they'll loop back around. Those obviously didn't. Right to that guy.
We continue watching, and Keely continues to wait, but at least there's plenty to look at. A lone teal flies by, but then makes a turn back to our blind. Jeremy's not able to get a second shot. Several more will fly just past us, and Matt realizes the difference a few days can make.
To show that you never know, when I scouted this place last week, everything was coming to this area. Now they're heading up to that area. Never know.
But after a little more waiting, the scouting just might pay off. A trio has come within range, and Keely is on the retrieve.
Here comes that other one. Don't shoot the dog, but you're ready. Take it when you're ready.
No need for another shot. This blue wing goes down, just passing over the blind.
It's been about 20 years since I shot a blue wing.
And even the blue wing's got a little green in it. So we had a pair come in And then Jeremy got the one that swung back around. We missed. It swung back around and Jeremy cleaned up and dropped it over here.
We get another break in the action, but it's worth the wait to take in this beautiful sunrise over the marsh. And there's no shortage of wildlife to check out. Finally, we see a large flock of teal passing by, but that is all they'll do, deciding not to land anywhere in the marsh, heading back out to open water.
That was exciting anyway.
A couple more teal come in close.
How on earth did I miss that?
But luck is not with Matt and Jeremy for this pair. Soon after, we decide to call it a day, and despite a few misses, there are a few birds in the bag.
We had a good day. We didn't limit out or anything, but we had some action anyway. Saw some teal and got some shots in. We got a couple. Keely did a good job retrieving. So overall, I'd say it's a good day. Anytime you can get outside is good.
And a good morning it was. How can you go wrong when you witness a picture-perfect Delmarva sunrise over the marsh?
Get outdoors, Delmarva.
Coming up next, Monarch Butterflies are on their way to Mexico this time of year. We'll take a deeper look at their amazing migration and unusual life cycle.
But first, did you know? The blue-winged teal are generally the first ducks south in the fall and the last north in the spring. To what southerly locations do blue-winged teal fly for the winter? The answers when we come back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher Standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Shooter's Choice, Sussex Outdoors, Goody's Marine, and Wink Sporting Goods. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back.
Good girl. Good girl.
Did you know? The highest winter densities of blue-winged teal in the United States occur in southern Texas and Florida, but they are also common in winter from Central America, the Caribbean and South America, and south to Peru and northeastern Brazil.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Here. Come on.
A group of visitors is passing through Delmarva this time of year, heading south. A rather colorful bunch. Monarch Butterflies are making their annual migration to Mexico this time of year, and we recently had the opportunity to learn more about this amazing journey and find out something about their rather unusual life cycle.
Here's a monarch. This is a male. Can you barely see the dot on the wing?
We recently caught up with our friend Dick Arnold at the Assateague Island Visitor Center, where once again he was educating the public, both young and old, about the creatures that can be found here on Delmarva.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ever concerned about how they feel about this?
Yeah.
Viewers of our show may remember seeing Dick familiarizing a cautious public about the horseshoe crab, and they come away feeling a little less afraid and a little more comfortable with this ancient and often misunderstood creature. Well, today the focus is monarch butterflies, and for a very good reason this time of year.
Well, the migration from the monarchs headed back to Mexico started right now. Probably mid-September till mid-October. They'll start the migration back to Mexico to the high mountains. They hibernate at an elevation about 10,000 feet. It's the fourth generation that's going back, which is the real bizarre thing about monarchs. The first four generations, the monarch only lives about 5 weeks. The fourth generation goes back to Mexico, they live about 6 or 8 months.
We were able to get a glimpse of this annual ritual last October. These monarchs had gathered at the Black Walnut Point Inn in Tillman. The grounds are rich in nutritional plants upon which the butterflies feed in order to store enough energy to make the arduous flight across the Chesapeake Bay. Dick has put together an impressive display, which includes some 24 live monarch butterflies which were hand-raised by Dick himself.
I go out, you can collect the eggs off the bottom of milkweed plants. I bring the eggs in, put them in a container, When the eggs hatch out into a caterpillar, I put those into a different container with milkweed, keep them fed. In about 10 days or so, the caterpillar will turn into a chrysalis or a cocoon. And about 10 days later, it hatches out and it's a butterfly. So the whole metamorphosis is a pretty amazing thing to watch and to be aware of. To me, it's an amazing thing to think that a caterpillar can form a cocoon, turn into a liquid, and then reconstitute as a butterfly. That's an amazing process to watch and to see it take place. It just tells you how, unusual and bewildering nature really can be.
Today, these hand-raised butterflies are going to be released into the wild to join the other monarchs who are making their way south.
They'll be coming down from up Canada, Maine, New England, anywhere, but you'll see them along the Assateague Beach probably from now until mid-October. Out on Assateague Island is a great place to see them because there's an awful lot of goldenrod out there, which is a nectar plant that they feed on, but it's a matter of timing, getting there at the right time.
As if the sheer miracle of the monarch's transformation from caterpillar to butterfly were not trying enough, these tenacious insects are feeling threats from other sources.
This has been a very, very bad year for monarchs, though. I normally will have raised about 200 or more by this time. I've raised 24 so far. They just, they're doing a lot of deforestation in the Mexican mountains. That's affected them. The drought in the Southwest has been very tough on them because there are very few nectar plants alive. So the population's really diminished about 80% this year.
But there's no quitting where nature is concerned, and it's time to release Dick's hand-raised newborns into the world, where they'll continue the cycle.
Real still. Oh, got it? Getting ready to go to Mexico. Oh, there he goes. Okay, look at that. How's that? Is that neat?
An amazing life cycle that seems virtually impossible, and then a journey of thousands of miles. We'll be sure to see these visitors again next year when they return to Delmarva from Mexico.
Oh, there you go.
Coming up next, what are all these Jeeps doing on the beach? We'll take you to a parade like no other.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
We're starting with a little history lesson here today, Andrew. In 1941, Willys Overland Motors introduced the Jeep for use in World War II, and it became an instant superstar. So much so that the first civilian model was introduced in 1945, and it's become an icon in the world of off-roading ever since.
That's right, Willie, and we recently met up with our friends at the Eastern Shore Jeep Association to find out how they were able to get Jeep enthusiasts from all over to Ocean City, Maryland for a little beach crawl.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
The resort town of Ocean City, Maryland was a beehive of activity around 34th Street one recent Friday afternoon. The reason? The Eastern Shore Jeep Association was throwing a party.
Today is the second day of Ocean City Jeep Week. We have 250 Jeeps getting lined up right now behind me, and you can hear them airing down. We're going to be going from 32nd Street all the way down to the inlet.
There was a little prepping to be done too, such as airing out the tires to around 20 to 25 psi.
When you air out your tires, you get a more surface connection to the sand, so you get more traction, less likely to get stuck. Jeeps are light enough as it is anyway, so it kind of helps out airing them out a little bit.
Just real quick, first, thanks for coming out and being a part of this. This is pretty cool. How about it?
The driving instructions were simple. Just follow the guy in front of you.
Where are people coming from? Everywhere. We have a big group from Canada. We have about 6 Jeeps come down from Canada. Probably the furthest group. We have a lot of guys from Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, of course, Maryland. I mean, all over.
And with the assistance of the Ocean City Police Department, the beach crawl was on. TJs, unibody Cherokees, Wranglers, trucks, any type of Jeep you can think of made the trek out on the beach, and they attracted quite a crowd.
Before too long, it was under the Ocean City fishing pier and onto the inlet parking lot.
Never thought I'd be driving underneath the pier up there. Oh, it's great, great. Every year, love it. Great time. First time on this beach.
The beach crawl was one of the highlights of Jeep Week in Ocean City, and given the turnout, the organization, and the city's welcome of the well-mannered Jeep owners, we're sure this event will be even bigger next year.
Get outdoors, Delmarva!
Coming up next, there's an initiative to get people up and outdoors in Sussex County. Find out about the great recreational opportunities in your area.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
As you've seen on the show, Delaware has unlimited outdoor recreational opportunities. And Outdoors Delmarva has teamed up with Sussex Outdoors, a program designed to help Delaware residents get healthy while having fun. We're here in Dover with Governor Jack Markell to learn more about it. Howdy, Governor.
Well, good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Governor, I understand most people know that you've ridden your bike the length and width of the state. Now, how'd that get started?
Well, first of all, it's a lot easier doing the width than the length. But I've been riding for maybe 15, 20 years, and I just love riding my bike in Delaware. First of all, it's great physical activity, it's great exercise, but it's the best way to see how beautiful Delaware is.
One of the stated goals of Sussex Outdoors is to make Delaware the healthiest state in the nation. How do you feel about that?
Well, we've got a lot of work to do because the fact is we have a lot of people in the state who could be and need to be in much better shape.
With your vision and the General Assembly's support, you've launched the first state Trails and Pathways program. Tell us something about that.
Well, first of all, I am very grateful to the members of the General Assembly for their support, because it wouldn't happen without them. And I'm excited that just in the last 4 years, we've gone from being the 31st most bike-friendly state in the country to the 10th most, which is great progress in just 4 years. You know, I'm convinced that people want to work in places where they want to live. They want a great quality of life. And these investments in trails and pathways and the like are just very, very valuable. We've got beautiful state parks in Delaware. I live right across the street from one, so I use it all the time. And I think this idea of connecting one town to the other on bike trails, making sure there's good connections within the parks, this is all good stuff.
Thank you, Governor Markell.
Well, thank you, Will. I really enjoyed it, and I'll be out there. See you on the trails.
Okay, now get outdoors, Delmarva, and for you in Sussex County, they're making it even easier and more fun.
Coming up next, we take a look at your latest viewer videos and pictures.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Shooter's Choice, Sussex Outdoors, Goody's Marine, and Wink Sporting Goods.
It's time now to take a look at the pictures and videos sent in by our own Outdoors Delmarva viewers.
Here's a nice looking red drum caught this season in the Chesapeake Bay, somewhere in Virginia, by John Smith. That really is a big drum. Nice catch, John. And check out this group of deer caught on camera by Fred Litchfield's Trail Cam. He doesn't disclose where they are, but I bet Fred is hot on the trail. That's going to wrap up another week of adventures for us here on the show. And Willie, I got to tell you, it was a nice morning out in the marsh for early teal season. Looks like a good warm-up for things to come.
Speaking of warm, I think in a couple of months we're going to wish we were with the Monarchs down in Mexico. So until next time, from my partner Andrew Taws, I'm Captain Willie Dykes, reminding you to get outdoors, Delmarva.
Yeah, word on the street is it's going to be pretty cold this winter.
Farmer's Almanac says so too. Blue cold.